DOJ.
The stars are among dozens being accused of allegedly bribing elite colleges or people connected to elite colleges to admit their children. So is the entitlement mentality to blame for this? This has stirred up a lot of anger. Joining us now to discuss is Director of the Correspondent Program at campusreform.org, Emma Meshell. Thank you so much for coming on this morning. This has a lot of people very angry. I mean, this is a captivating story. What do you make of it?
Well, I can think of nothing more embarrassing than having my parents interfere in the college process and pay someone to take a test for me so I could get into school. That's humiliating, but also it's really unfortunate for these young adults who are going to be in college or who are already in college now because they weren't even prepared to get into school in the first place. I can only imagine how unprepared they will be for the real world where paying to get what you want doesn't really work. And this is also such an insult to all of the really hardworking students that I work with at the Leadership Institute's Campus Reform. These kids have worked hard to get into good schools and get their degrees. So it's really unfortunate that those students' work is being discredited by being able to pay to get what you want.
Well, yeah, and we all know that there are only a certain number of slots, and there are students who missed out on the opportunity to go to this school as a result. Let's take a listen to Olivia Jade, who is Lori Loughlin's youngest daughter.
I don't know how much of school I'm going to attend, but I do want the experience of like game days, partying. I don't really care about school.
I don't really care about school, says the girl who has 2 million plus YouTube followers, however many on Instagram. What do you think the school should do about this? Because that's a tough spot. We're talking about people who go to school there currently.
Well, we're still getting more and more information about this case, and from my understanding, a lot of the schools had no idea this was going on, obviously apart from a few bad actors. But really what we have to do is hold schools accountable, which it seems like law enforcement is doing. This seems to really stem from this mentality in our culture right now that going to a college or a good college is your one-way ticket to success, whether it's a good job or a certain income. But as we know, we don't get to just waltz into a good job without working for it and proving our merits. And students like Olivia Jade who say, well, I just want to party and have game days. It's unfortunate that she thinks that just going to a good school is going to be her one-way ticket. It's going to be a rude awakening if she really thinks she can just party her way into a great job.
Some people work so hard to try and get into
rude
these
awakening.
schools.
Yeah, I mean, going back to her, what she said, I mean, there are kids out there that kill themselves for an opportunity to go to USC or to go to Yale, and to hear her just write it off, it really shows you the entitlement, and that's just sad to see. Let's see the statement here from the NCAA. The charges brought forth today are troubling and should be a concern for all of higher education. We're looking into these allegations to determine the extent of which NCAA rules may have been violated. So that's their side of it. We should say that, you know, the colleges here, it appears for the most part, are victims of this as well. You know, they had these slimy people that were working in their institution figuring out how to angle this, but they didn't know.
Yeah, and you know, I hope that the universities are able to fix this problem because clearly this is something that's going on. But I'm glad that there's been good reporting on this issue. There's been a lot of coverage. It's always important to shine a light and hold people accountable for these things because this is fraudulent and this is not necessarily representative of people who work hard to get into a good school and all of the students who really bust themselves to get into a good college. And it's important that we recognize those students that work hard and maybe have missed opportunities because of this and hold those accountable who are committing fraud, which is what this is.
Yeah, students who work hard to try and get into schools and then pay for it themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is a rude awakening for a lot of these people that have had it pretty good so far. All right, thank you so much, Emma. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. 17 minutes after the hour now. AOC trying to drill the CEO of Wells Fargo about an oil spill.
And the Keystone XL in particular had one leak that